right, block 3, lesson 13 is going to be all about guard pulls. I've said arguably one of the most important, I think 3 different times. I could probably say it on every one of these videos. This is the most important part of playing guard. Let me preface that with saying this is the most important part of phase 2 of our guard. If we don't get this down, we never even get to phase 2. Now, pulling guard is something you're not going to see stressed very often in here, but there's going to be times where it's very important that we be able to set a guard. So we're going to go away from using the term pull because I don't like that. We're going to say set a guard. Why do we need to set a guard? Well, because if we don't set a guard, essentially that's setting the hooks, like catching a fish. If we don't have a good solid guard set that limits our opponent's ability to move from the outset, they instantly initiating a passing sequence and then they destroy our guard from step 1. So we need to be able to set our guard effectively and limit our opponent's movement. So we have several different ways of doing that. The first one we're going to call is safe. Now if we're in the gi, we would, if we're in the gi, we would grab the collar and we would grab the sleeve and we pull safe. Now what I'm going to do is you're going to see me insert both of my feet behind Coach Oppo's back, and I'm going to turn my toes inboard, essentially creating a hook to where she can't back away from my feet. So if I have a cross collar grip and I just pull and I turn both of my toes inboard, this is going to be a safe guard pull. Why is this good? This has a number of things benefits that it brings us. Number one, because my toes are turned in, she can't walk away from me. I'm still holding her back. If she starts to move backwards, she's going to kind of drag me with her, and that's going to be effective for me. It gives me a moment to set my guard. Number two, I've closed off this area of penetration here. In case she's a knee cutter and a knee driver, I've killed this because now I'm using my legs to block the penetration of her knee down the middle of my guard. This is without a doubt my favorite way to pull or to initiate or set my guard, is to turn my feet inboard and go to a safe. So here we're still holding the sleeve and the collar. Now we can start to work into all of our guard sequences outside of this. So when we pull, there's a quick little set. We drop down, drop both feet in behind, and we move from there. Sidewinder. Sidewinder guard pull is a proprietary guard pull of mine that enters us into what will be our primary guard structure down the line. We start talking about that in blocks 5, 6, and 7 and beyond. How we get there, very important. So what we're looking at doing here is we want one leg to go up instead of the safe. So it's like 1/2 safe, and then 1/2 is going to go to a de la riva. So from here, I'm going to kind of drop. One leg's going to go high, one leg's going to go over the thigh. And now I've got a leg high, and a leg kind of low. So this leg is up, turned in. This leg is down, and it's kind of floating in between the hip line and the knee. So what we're going to do here is this hand, once I go, my collar hand is going to move its way down to the pant leg. And I'm going to go 4 fingers in, and now I'm just going to float this leg right over the top of the knee. Traditional de la riva, want you to wrap around this way. This exposes the knee. She can drive her knee into me and really create a bunch of havoc on top of messing up my knee if I don't bail on that. So what we're doing, backside of my leg, is going to block all of this knee here to where now if she wants to drive her knee through, all I have to do is put a little bit of weight up on her leg, and it renders her completely unable to move or drive that knee. She's not able to go backwards because I have her foot. She's not able to come forward because I'm blocking the knee. And this side here can't do really anything other than step back. If she decides to step back, that's where we're going to put that foot on the inside. We're going to start working right here. So again, safe, and then we're going to go to Sidewinder guard pull here, where we're just parallel with this backside foot. We're going to stay up above the knee line, and then this foot turns in. Butterfly would be our last one. So again, this one's a little bit more tricky because a lot of guys want to try to catch the foot when you set your guard, when you pull. So what I'm looking for is I want to sit back and both feet are going to catch on the inside. I prefer to always kind of drop, and then I'm going to explode to the back, and I set my butterflies inside here. It's very important that I pull the head forward so that I can actually get my feet high and start to put some pressure against her guard, because what I want to do here is I want to start pulling in so that I can start to work into the belt grips, over the back, or get wherever I want to be. But we want to make sure that our hooks stay high and that they're sticky here. Most of our youth athletes will pull, and the second they pull, they're going to let their feet flop down like this. This is a death sentence. They're going to get passed, they're going to get mounted wherever they're going to wind up. So we want to make sure that we run this drill long enough, we get to see our youth athletes keep their hooks high and sticky with the inside of the leg. So the last guard pull we're going to have here is tornado guard, and now this one can be done as an add-on or sort of a supplement to any of the others. Meaning this is kind of the predicate part of the guard set. All this is we're creating that round effect with our opponent, so their feet are moving in a circle. If we try to set our guard from square with them, a lot of times what we find is they're static and they're not moving. They have the ability to defeat our set really quickly. So if we can actually start to implement this twisting motion, we can set our guard a little bit easier. So we can use any one of these with our tornado set as a kind of an enhancement to our guard pull. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go with safe, just to say this is the one we want. We're going to go Sidewinder, we're going to go safe here, guard pull, and we're in a tornado motion. So that's going to mean I'm going to step to the side and I'm going to turn them. Now, once I go, I can go either direction. For me, it's most effective most of the time to pull away from the arm. To some people, they feel better going and pulling the body. It just kind of depends on which way they want to go. So what we kind of do is figure this out. Now, there's a way to pull and stick the foot up. I prefer to throw the leg up. And notice how it flung her in a circle. As she came around, I fall right nicely into my safe position with a tornado guard set. Notice though, I went into the arm. I went away from the arm. So I'm here. I'm going to move. Boom. We go right into our safe where both feet are tied in, and I'm pulling and stretching the arm out and stretching the collar.